Hello once again, welcome once again. All right, so today we are continuing with our last methods that we want to look at in strings, and today we'll be focusing on string formatting. Now, when we talk about string formatting is a way for us to be able to add much more flexibility to our strings, for us to be able to manipulate them. It gives us the optionality to be able to probably input or add up variables into our strings. Let's look at examples of them. All right, so we can have a string like, say, h is equal to 40, which is an integer. Let's come down here and say, let's add a text saying my age is let's say my age is, and then we add the age over here. Let's print it out. So it doesn't know the age, so the first thing we have to do is run this first. Come down here and then run this. I've got age here, I've got age here. This should work unless, oh yeah, sorry, it should be here rather. Alright, so we have my age is 40, but this isn't showing like we want it to show. You see how it's introduced, right? But now we want to format it in a way whereby even the 40 is going to appear as a string. So what we can do is that there are two types of string formatting. There are multiple types of string formatting. We are just going to access two types of this string formatting. We are going to use the F format, and then we are going to use the format that allows us to introduce arguments into a string in replacement of the values that we want to introduce into the string that we have. So in the same manner, we can say, all right, we want to print text, right? So what we can do is that I can say it should print, okay. Can use the F string or this. The first thing I can do is I got a curly bracket in here. I put in my variable. So you realize that we are putting curly brackets, and then we are putting our variables within the curly brackets, but the curly brackets are in a string. Then we can put in an empty space over here, and then we can bring our curly bracket again and then add our age. When we run this, oh sorry, you don't want to put this age in here. Yeah. So you can see text and age. So this is what we don't want to have. We want to have my age is 40, but when you put it this way, you realize that we have these comments in here, and then we don't want it this way. We want everything as a string, as one unit. So when we use this string format using the F method, we have the F, and then we have our string. We have the F before our string, we have curly brackets, and then we put our variables in those curly brackets, and then we have it as string. To make it much more clearer, we can just put, let's print the type of this. Let's put type subject class string. So we realize we even have an integer here, but now the integer has been casted automatically into a string. How interesting could it be? Another way for us to go around this is to use the format method. So that would look like this. We can have the text, right? And then we can have formats. When we call this format, all we have to do is put in the age. But if we go this way, the format always needs the position where we want to introduce our age, right? Because when we just say format age, now the Python will be asking us, where do we want to put this age? Because this is just a replacement that and we want to introduce it into a particular portion of the string. So what we can do over here is that we can rephrase all of this and say our text should be this. Let me just change the variable. Let's say text2 should be equal to my age is, and then we put in this curly bracket. Now we call text2, and then we are saying text2 dot format my age. Let's run this and see what happens. My age is 40, same as what we have above. So this is really interesting. So this is what we call string formatting, and when using this format method, the string, or we can introduce as many variables or arguments in our string as much as we would want to. For instance, let's use something like this to make it much more clearer. Let me just use check is equal to okay, it's a string. I am dash years old and I wish to know more about something this year. All right, so we can just put here, let's just call it check. Let's just call format. We want to format the string that we have and put in the right words in replacement of these curly brackets, because we can't have these curly brackets showing what do they mean. So let's put the actual words in there. So I can put an actual word like, so I am 10 or 11 years old. I'm 11 years old and I wish to know more about Python this year. Let's run this and see our outputs. I am 11 years old and I wish to know more about Python this year. So this is what string formatting is all about. It gives you the flexibility and the optionality of adding more arguments or variables to your string, or in a nutshell, we would say that it gives you the accessibility to be able to manipulate your string more flexibly. And that is what string formatting is in Python. So we meet again in our next video session. Bye for now.